Think you've been crushing the overhead press at the gym? Be honest, are you really building strength or slowly grinding down your shoulders? Here's the thing. The overhead press looks simple. You grab the barbell, push it overhead, and boom, you're done. But in reality, it's one of the most butchered lifts in the gym. I'd bet that if I walked into your gym right now, I'd see at least half the people doing it in a way that sets them up for pain, not progress. And here's the wild part. Many of them don't even know they're messing it up. Let's paint the picture. You've seen it, maybe you've even done it. Someone grabs the bar, arches their back like a bow, leans so far backward, they're practically turning it into an incline bench press, then forces the weight overhead with shaky arms. They rack it with a loud clang and think, yeah, that was solid. But was it? Not even close. That move doesn't just waste strength. It's like slowly chiseling away at your spine and shoulders. Imagine trying to build a skyscraper on a cracked foundation. Sure, it might stand for a while, but eventually something's going to collapse. That's your body on a bad overhead press. Now here's the twist. Most people make these mistakes because they're strong. Their bodies compensate. They can muscle the bar up, but they're not actually pressing. It's more like contorting. And every rep is a gamble. Will it build strength or just stack another brick of stress on their joints? So here's the big question. What if the overhead press, when done right, could actually strengthen your shoulders, build a rock-solid core, and protect your joints all at once? What if this wasn't just a shoulder exercise, but a full-body test of strength and stability? That's the secret most people miss. But we're not diving straight into the golden answer yet. First, let's slow down. Before we build the skyscraper, we've got to inspect the cracks in the foundation. And those cracks? They start with common mistakes, arching the lower back, flaring the elbows out, pushing the bar out in front instead of up, and forgetting that your body isn't just shoulders and arms, it's a system. Your feet, your core, your glutes, even your breath, all play a role. Miss one of these, and you've already set yourself up for a shaky press. So here's what we'll do. In the next part, we're going to break those mistakes down one by one, and you're going to start spotting them instantly, in yourself and in everyone else at the gym. Once you see the wrong patterns, the right ones will make so much more sense. Trust me, this is going to be one of those light bulb moments where suddenly you realize, that's why my press has fell off this whole time. Alright, let's shine a spotlight on those mistakes, because once you can see them clearly, you'll never unsee them again. And trust me, you'll start noticing them everywhere in the gym. Let's kick things off with the number one culprit, the excessive back arch. You've seen it, the lifter leans way back, chest puffed out like they're trying to show off at a bodybuilding competition, and the bar shoots up, but not really overhead. It's more like a half bench press standing up. Here's the problem. That arch isn't strength, it's a red flag. Your spine is bending into a position it was never meant to support under heavy load. Over time, this doesn't just make your lower back sore, it risks actual injury. Think of it like using a fishing rod to lift a heavy rock. It might hold for a while, but eventually something snaps. Now, why does this happen? Usually, it's either ego, loading the bar with more weight than your body can handle, or it's poor core engagement. People forget that the overhead press is as much a core exercise as it is a shoulder one. Without locking the core and glutes in place, the spine has no anchor, and the body cheats by leaning back. Mistake number 2, the elbows flaring out. Picture someone with their elbows sticking straight to the sides like chicken wings as they press. It feels stronger at first, but in reality, it's grinding the shoulder joint in an unnatural path. That's like forcing a door hinge to open sideways. It's not designed to move that way. Over time, this is how rotator cuff injuries sneak in. The better path? Elbows slightly in front of the bar, moving in a natural, smooth arc. Mistake number 3 is sneaky, and almost everyone has done it. Pushing the bar forward instead of straight up. The bar drifts out in front, and suddenly you're fighting gravity not just vertically, but diagonally. That means wasted energy and extra stress on your shoulders. Imagine trying to carry a heavy grocery bag with your arm fully outstretched instead of tucked close to your body. Feels 10 times heavier, right? Same principle. The bar needs to move in a straight line over the middle of your foot. Anything else is inefficient and unstable. And finally, mistake number 4, forgetting the body is a system. Too many people treat the overhead press like an upper body only lift. They stand loose, knees soft, feet shifting, core relaxed. That's a recipe for instability. Instead, think of your body as a concrete pillar from the ground up. Feet planted, glutes squeezed, core braced. When everything is tight, the force transfers seamlessly from the ground through your torso and into the press. If you don't lock this down, you're basically trying to fire a cannon from a canoe. So now you see the cracks, the arching, the flared elbows, the drifting bar path, and the loose setup. In the next section, we're going to flip the script. I'll walk you through how to fix each one, step by step, starting with the foundation. Because once you nail the setup, the press itself becomes a whole lot easier and way more powerful. Now that we've exposed the mistakes, it's time to rebuild this lift from the ground up, literally. If you want to press heavy weights safely and efficiently, you need a rock-solid foundation. Let's walk through the setup step by step, because how you start determines how you finish. Step 1. Your feet. Plant them shoulder-width apart, toes pointing forward or just slightly outward. Whatever feels most natural for you to stay balanced. Think of your feet like the base of a tripod. If they're too narrow, you're wobbly. And if they're too wide, you lose power. Here's a trick. Try gripping the floor with your toes as if you're clawing into it. This activates your arches and gives you a stable platform. Step 2. Your lower body. This is where most people forget the overhead press isn't just an arm day lift. Squeeze your glutes hard, like you're trying to crack a walnut between them. Why? Because locked-in glutes stabilize the pelvis and prevent that dangerous back arch we talked about earlier. Pair that with a tight core. Imagine someone is about to punch you in the stomach. Brace for impact. That brace creates intra-abdominal pressure, which acts like an internal weight belt to support your spine. Remember my skyscraper analogy? This is pouring concrete into the foundation. Without it, everything above wobbles. Step 3. Your grip and bar position. Approach the barbell so it rests just above your collarbone when unracked. Grip width matters. Too wide, and you stress your shoulders. Too narrow, and you compromise stability. Aim for just outside shoulder width. Wrists should be straight, not bent back, with the bar resting across the heel of your palm. Think of your hands as hooks. The bar is stacked right over your forearm bones. This way, the weight transfers straight down your arm instead of torquing your wrists. Step 4. Your elbows. This one's crucial. Instead of letting your elbows flare straight out to the sides, tuck them just slightly in front of the bar. Picture them angled at about 10 to 15 degrees forward. This positions the bar directly over your midfoot and sets you up for a straight, efficient press path. Finally, step 5. Your head and eyes. Look straight ahead, not up at the ceiling. Keep your chin slightly tucked, almost like you're holding a tennis ball under it. This not only protects your neck, but also clears space for the bar to pass smoothly as you press overhead. When you put all of this together, feet gripping the floor, glutes and core braced, grip solid, elbows slightly forward, head neutral, you've built yourself into a human pillar. From here, the press becomes a clean transfer of force. Ground to core, core to shoulders, shoulders to bar. No wasted energy, no shaky compensations. And here's the cool part. Once your setup is dialed in, the press doesn't just feel safer, it actually feels easier. The bar moves more smoothly, your body feels tighter, and suddenly you realize why your old reps felt so unstable. This is the difference between fighting the bar and owning the bar. Alright, the foundation is set. You're locked in, stable, and braced like a pillar. Now it's time to move the bar. This is where most people lose efficiency. But if you get this right, every rep feels smoother, safer, and stronger. Let's break down the pressing motion step by step. First, the unrack. This part is often rushed, but it's critical. Step under the bar with it resting across your upper chest. Brace your core, squeeze your glutes, and take a deep belly breath. Then, press the bar, just high enough to clear the hooks, and step back with small, controlled steps. No big backward lunges. Think precision, not panic. You should already feel locked in before the first rep even starts. Now the press itself. Here's the golden rule. The bar must travel in a straight line over the middle of your foot. But your head's in the way, right? That's where the head through cue comes in.